I don't know what made me think of this while I was driving, but um, I remember the time when I feel like an angel was present. Um, okay, so as I stated in a previous video, um, I was a young mother, very young. I got pregnant with my son when I was 16. I had him when I was 17. So um, we're both Leos. I had him a week and a half after my 17th birthday. So it was still in the summertime, of course. And this one particular day, I had just got from the hospital. He might have been maybe a week old. And my mother, you know, she's a working mother. She had to work. And this one particular day, she was at work. And she would call home to make sure everything was okay. Make sure that, you know, because she knew I was a young new mother. And I was home by myself with him. So she called home, and I remember her saying, you know, Desi, she said, I know you're tired. You know, I was a breastfeeding mom too. So she said, you know, once you feed him, put him in his bassinet when he goes to sleep. She said, do not fall asleep with him in your arms. I was like, oh, I'm not even tired. I'm not going to fall asleep with him in my arms. Like, I got it. So fast forward maybe about an hour, I fed him, and then next thing I know, I wake up. I know when I went to sleep, he was in my arms. When I woke up, I was like, oh crap, where's my baby? He was gone. So I hurried up and panicked and got up. When I got up, my little tiny baby was on the floor in the fetal position on his stomach, and he was sound asleep. Now, the way he got there like that, there's no other way I can explain it, because it was also about 2 hours later. There was no crying, nobody, like no thump. I didn't hear anything, and he was sleeping. I was asleep. Y'all, I honestly, I literally feel like, and you know, I used to not share stories like this because, you know, you don't want to sound crazy and you don't want to sound, but there's been too many instances in my life like this, unexplainable things, or what people would deem to be unexplainable, that I know angels are real. I mean, again, he was only like a week and a half at most. And he would just sleep, no crying, no nothing. I mean, to this day, he's one of the happiest people, happy-go-lucky people I know, like me. And he was a goofy baby, happy baby, but it's like, wow, like nothing. It was just like somebody picked him up, laid him on the floor, and we both took our naps. I mean, of course, when I hurried up and got him up, I didn't put him in his bassinet, right? But it was just like, how? And that, like I said, that was just one of many instances where angels showed up in my life. I mean, I feel as though I'm surrounded by them every day, but I was like, wow. You know, and of course at the time I was 17 and I didn't know anything about anything. So I didn't know that's what it was. But looking back, yeah. And I think I told my mother, and she said, that's why I told you, is if you get tired, put him in his bassinet. And she actually knew that could happen, because it did. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Comment down below and let me know, jog your memory a little bit. Let me know let me know that I'm not the only person who has angels that watch over them. A time in your life where somebody else would say, oh no, that's crazy, or you're crazy, or that could have never happened. Tell me about a time that you had. Also, like, share, and subscribe as well. All right, y'all, talk to y'all later.